Today I'm going to bring you a nostalgia inspired vintage haul of some toys that I bought for my children when they were very young. I'm going to start by telling you what happened. In the late 1990s, when the Star Wars movie first, came out again, I bought my daughter an action figure, which I'm going to show you. I went to the shop and I saw this lovely little figure and I decided to buy it for my daughter. The reason for that was when her brother was playing with his action figures, she didn't have anything small to play with. She just keep having the Barbies all the time. So I thought, oh, I'll buy this for her so she could play with this. And as you know, it's Queen Amidala. Here she is again, Queen Amidala, as in the movie. I'll show you the back of her. Oh, isn't she cute? Here she is, Queen Amidala. Right, she really liked it a lot, and so a few years later, about a year later, Christmas time was coming up, and when I was browsing the shop just before Christmas, they had a sale of Queen Amidala. The only one was in the shop window, and the shop that it was in Index. The next one to August, which don't exist now. So of course it's very nostalgic for me. It's memories of long ago. So I went in and I purchased the doll, and we took it with us on our Christmas holiday to Jamaica in 2000. And she was very surprised when she woke up to see what Father Christmas had left for her. She was really excited, folks, when she see the real live Barbie-sized doll in the packet when she opened her present. Sadly, I can't show it to you today because it's long destroyed, as you know, from 2000 until now. No hope of that. And sadly, I didn't get to take a picture of it as we were away on the holiday. So moving on from that, I came home, and later on, I can't remember if it was in the same year, I was out shopping, just having a look around the shop one day, and I saw some more figurines in the shop. There on the rack was also Queen Amidala, but I wasn't interested in purchasing her because I've bought her already. So what I did, I looked to see if there was anything for her brother. So I saw this one. I can't remember his name, folks, but I'll try and insert his name. So I bought this one for my son, and he's supposed to be holding a sword, but sadly, after all these years, I don't know where it is. I'm sure it must be somewhere, but I can't find it now. And also, I purchased this one, the little boy, for my son to play with. The same day, I purchased this one as well for my daughter. So when I got home from the shop, I had something to give her. Your parents or the adults would remember these characters in the movie. I didn't see the movie, folks, but I've got a good idea. So now my daughter had these two to play with. These are my daughter's too. My daughter is now in her late 20s, so you have an idea how long ago this was. And then my son had also these two, the same two I've just showed you. It's a little bit blurred. I don't know why it's not. Perhaps it's me. Also, this is not a Star Wars figure, as you'll see, but this is one of my son's action figures that he had during that time. So I'm just gonna include him today so he doesn't feel left out. See what I'm saying? Moving on with this, as I said, these things, caught my attention while I was out shopping. Later on, during the time when they came out, they had these in the cornflakes packets. So each time you get a packet of cornflakes, there would be something inside the box to do with Star Wars that time, which is, of course, as you know, it's Queen Amidala. Here she is. This is the cornflakes one. Right, I can see her focusing now. This is the bust of this man. He is called Q-Con Jin. I'm not sure if the pronunciation is right, but you know who he is because you watch the movie, I'm sure. So got him, and I've also got Darth Sidious, folks, not Darth Vader, Darth Sidious. You know him, this one. Yes. And I've also got the little boy, folks, just so I don't say the wrong thing. This is a little boy again. Yes. Now I'm going to bring them together, so for those who probably haven't seen them, they'll have an idea what I'm doing. So this is the boy. That's it. And then we've got this one. See? C3PO. C3PO is this one. There he is. Okay? So this is what I've got from the cornflakes packet. And then I've got an extra one of the favorite. So it looks like twins, identical twins. But as you know, it's Queen Amidala 1 and 2. I think she wants to focus again. She's probably tired. Never mind. Now, moving on. Just before Woolworth closed down, I used to go in to have a little look every day from before. But one day I went in and they were having some sale and some items in a basket, toys and bits and pieces. So I thought, let me have a little look and see if there's anything of interest. And to my surprise, you wouldn't believe what was in here, folks. This thing here, look at it. This equipment, this, I didn't even know it exists, folks. I picked it up. It was in this packet. This is the back of the packet, so you could see, if I bring it close, you could see all the little figures on it, some of which I haven't got. I didn't even see it in the shop, folks. Let's see. Right, so it was in this packet, and so when I read it, I realized that the figures that I already have at home would be very good to work with this thing, because this would allow them to speak. And the reason why I realized the connection to the figures that I had at home, that they weren't just figures, it's because one of these was attached to it. This is the one with the little boy. Let me show you the one, the right one. Yeah, this was attached to it, as you can see. I hope you can see it. The Star Wars Comto. That's what it's called. The Star Wars Comto. So in the packet was this, which I recognized, this one. So I now realize that I've got some of these ones at home, and they would work well with this equipment. So when you put this on top of this, then you hear the voice of the figurine or the actor in the movie. So I was very glad to purchase it and bring it home to test it out with the children. But I had to buy a battery for it. So sadly, in preparing for this whole video today, I haven't got the correct battery for it. So when I get the battery, I'll insert everything in and I'll get it to talk for you so you can hear how it operates and how interesting it sounds for the children when they played with it together. Little figures are here now. want to show you with the Star Wars Comto, which I showed previously. And now I'm going to get Queen Amidala to say something to you all.
I think that new leadership is needed.
Yes, that's what she said. I'll get her to repeat it later. I'm going to show you the packaging so you can see at the end. And this is the little boy. Can't remember his name. But this is him. And he stands on... He will be standing on this. I think I'm pointing it away from you. I need to show it to you here so you can see. That's this. And the little guy standing on it. Ooh.
Take this! And this!
And the other one, now I don't know what I've done with his sword or what has happened to his sword, but never mind. I'm still showing to you.
Don't drop your guard. Do not underestimate the power of the Force. I am a Jedi.
Here is another one.
I'm Queen Amidala. This is my decoy, my loyal bodyguard. If we do not act quickly, all will be lost forever. I think that new leadership is needed. I've come before you to resolve this attack on our sovereignty now.
Right. And that's what the figures are going to be saying. So moving on from this, I have also got something for my son that I got when we went to McDonald's once. It's just a little toy figure. It's so cute. It just reminds me of when my son was small. You know, these little things brings back lovely memories. So I thought I'll add it in to this haul to show you today. Before going any further, I'll just explain to you again that it's inspired me to collect a few more items from the Star Wars recent movie. When I went to Disneyland Paris, I was walking around one day with my son because my daughters has gone out to go on the ride and do their own thing. So my son has got a learning disability, so that's why I was walking around with him a lot, because the trip was really to benefit him. He likes Disney a lot. And while we were walking in the park, I heard this noise. People were talking and I heard this sound and I saw them focusing their attention in a certain direction. So I stopped to look to see what was going on. And lo and behold, someone was coming. And I thought, oh, this is why they are all looking. You see, someone is coming. Of course, it was one of the characters from the Star Wars movie walking towards the stage, and everybody was gathered by the stage. So I thought, oh, let me join in to benefit my son, you know. So we stood there and I got my phone out and started to video with them. It was lovely weather. It was actually last May. And they put on clips of the film, as you who went to Disney would have seen, and they also, the different characters would come on the stage, and it was very, very interesting to actually see. So at the end of watching the performance, as my son and I left and all the people were moving away, because all the cast has left the stage now and everybody started to disperse in different direction, they were starting to look away down the street further away from us. And I thought, what could be going on again now down there? And as I stood to before I leave, I thought, oh, let me see what they're looking at. And of course, someone was coming towards us. I think he had, I can't remember if he had something looking a bit like a bow and arrow. I'm trying to think of his name, folks. I know his name, I just can't remember it this minute, but I'll put the name in the clip. But he was coming, and then he held up the thing and he pointed it at us like this, and then he roared. When we came home and as the time went by, I went out to the shop and I saw a Star Wars toy, you know, figure on the shelf with some other toys as I was browsing. I thought, oh, this is reduced today for half price in Asda actually. And I decided to purchase it again, folks. Not because I needed it, but I thought, you know what, I sure can make a little collection out of this. So this was inspired at Disneyland. So I'm going to show you it now. Here she is. I'm sure you've seen her before because I haven't just bought her, folks, but as I'm doing a Star Wars inspired haul, I'm showing her to you again. And then once I've bought her, I saw on the picture this character, and I was very interested to try and get him. I even went to Toys R Us and asked, and they didn't sell it, folks. They didn't stock it at all. It wasn't even out of stock, so I still wanted to purchase him. So earlier on this year, I was out shopping and I went into the shop, and there they were, the lady I just showed you, and look, finally he was there, and I purchased him to add to my collection. Isn't he lovely? I'm keeping him in the box because, you know, it's a collector's item. Well, it will be just like the small ones I've showed you. And it inspired me to buy something else to make a little collection of it, so it looks more interesting. So look, the Stormtrooper. That's my favorite, folks. This one is my favorite. Yeah, I says I'm gonna try and get the Stormtrooper. I'm not getting the others, folks, because I haven't got any children to play with them now. I'm just building a mini collection to add to my previous little hoard of children's nostalgia leftover toys. And the good thing about this one is that it's not that he's been in the sale, folks. I bought this one full price. But the good thing about this one is that,
ready for action.
ooh, folks, did you hear that?
Let's move. Let's take this fight to the sky.
You hear that, folks? So he actually has 65 sounds and phrases. That's what it says on the box. See, 65 sounds and
Trooper
phrases.
standing by.
Oh, did you hear the other phrase, folks? Yes, so yes, I really love looking at the Stormtrooper when I go to Disneyland and see them marching along, you know, all of them together. Stand here and have a good look, even though I'm an adult. You know, I find them quite interesting. So I thought I must purchase this and make a small collection out of everything all put together. So that's why I'm showing it to you. So before I come to the end of this haul, last year when it was my son's birthday, I went out to the shops and I thought, oh dear, what am I going to buy him for his birthday? So anyway, I got him the present, and you know, which I've forgotten what I've got now, but this is what I want to tell you about. As I was in the shop, I saw this near the till, so I thought, oh, I'm going to buy this to add to the memory of this childhood, folks. You know, nostalgia. Yeah, that same one. So I bought him this, look, a cushion to decorate his bed. Pikachu, folks. Look, that's very cute. So very nostalgic I've become, folks. So I will show you something so you will understand what I mean, that I've become very nostalgic, remembering all the lovely things my children used to have when they were children, and especially when I see the new things that they've brought out now for the children now. You know, I look in the cupboard and here we go, folks, look at this. I bought this for my son many years ago, but I didn't see it anywhere else when I bought it. I was out and I saw it in the market somewhere, and I bought this for my son when it was after this movie had came out, folks. Bear with me, you know it, don't you? Yeah, he's very popular in Disney now. Very popular, folks. I have to keep holding the cup together because you see the cup is now too big to fit in its lid, sadly, after many years. But when I had it first, it used to fit on, and there was a straw up the top here. It's still the hole there where my son could have his drinks. So when he goes out sometime, I take it out, you know, take it out with us for him to have his drinking. You know, John Smith from the Pocahontas movie back in the day. Let me turn the cup around, oh, so you can see all the drawings on it. Yes, and sadly can't fit the lid for some reason. Now there is the name, Pocahontas. Let me show you the name first. There it is. And here is his face. Oh, he's smiling. John Smith, folks. And this was inspired by me buying it for my daughter. It's not because I really wanted to buy John Smith, folks, sadly, but looking at, you know who, look who is here, folks. Pocahontas. She actually had the doll. Yes, so she was very excited when I came home from the shop and took it out of the shopping bag, folks. The Pocahontas drinking cup. Oh, and it also had a straw in the top of it, and there's the hole in the top of the head. And so when I saw it in the market, the man had all these different ones, Disney characters on his stall. I was so interested to purchase this for my daughter. And then I thought, oh, I would need to purchase another one, so I couldn't purchase the Minnie Mouse, sadly. Didn't have enough money by then. I'd almost finished my shopping. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to take John Smith because they go well together. You see? And they've been sitting in my cupboard in the kitchen for many years now. And so the lid cannot fit to the bottom anymore. I don't know, it's shrunk. I think it's shrunk because it's so old. Can you see Pocahontas? Oh, isn't she a pretty girl? Yes, so when you go to Disney now, you can get to see her and get your picture done with her, with your children if you like, you know. So yes, this is so pretty. So I thought, oh, I'm going to put it in my haul. Oh dear. Pocahontas. And there is John Smith. There they are together. So this one for my son and the other one's for my daughter. Pocahontas and John Smith. Matching set. Yes, so dear, no one gets left out. And as you know, this is the cups. Right, this is the cups. So let's get the writing around the right way. Oh dear. Here's the writing. Pocahontas. John Smith drinking cups. Yes. So this is all I have left now, folks, to remind me of the happy childhood days my children had, and how happy it was for me when I went out shopping, whether for food or for clothes or for treats or for greets. I would always have the privilege to buy them something in the shops that sell toys. And when I go to Disney and saw all the characters, it just reminds me of those lovely times. So I hope you enjoy my video. As you know, it's a vintage, nostalgia-inspired haul. And I hope to bring you another haul sometime. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.